Hey guys, what's up? I'm Shark, and today I am going to be combining two of my favorite things, Pokemon battling and NHL hockey. Yeah, it is the very first week of hockey season, so I figured that I would do a bunch of Pokemon themed team battles based on the NHL teams. So today we are going to be doing the Eastern Conference. Basically how this is going to work is I'm going to have one Pokemon representing all 32 NHL teams, and then I'm going to have four Pokemon representing four of the defunct NHL teams, just so I have 6 teams of 6 instead of having, say, 4 teams of 6 and 2 teams of 4. It's just better this way. I'll be giving a little bit of information on all of the teams, like when they entered the league, if they've won the Stanley Cup, if they haven't, and just any bits of fun trivia I happen to know about the teams. So without further ado, we are going to start with the Atlantic Division. I am a Bruins and I am a Boston Bruins and a Dallas Stars fan. Yeah. And honestly, I just like watching hockey overall. I don't care what teams are playing. I'll watch anything. And it's like, we're like 4 some odd days into the season. I think hockey season started Tuesday and it's Friday, and why aren't there any games tonight? Like, there are no NHL games. It's like 4 days after the season started. What do you mean there are already no games? Alright. Representing the Buffalo Sabres, we have Ceruledge. The Buffalo Sabres are one of the 10 teams who have not won the Stanley Cup. Oh, honey. I think they came a goal and a game away in 1999. But yeah, that one ended on a very controversial. I have seen the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, why did I stay in? I have seen the Buffalo Sabres play. That was the first NHL game I ever went to back in 2014. Yeah. Representing the Boston Bruins, we have Ursaluna. And, basically, the Bruins mascot is a bear. Ursaluna's a bear. Bruins were founded in 1924. They are the oldest American NHL franchise. We'll keep going. I'm pretty sure Ursaluna has guts. Yeah. They're the oldest American franchise. They have won the cup. Their last cup win was in 2011. Alright, we gotta... I have obviously seen the Boston Bruins play. I think like 15, maybe 16 times. Representing the Montreal Canadiens, we have Victory Bell. Yeah, they're one of the teams I didn't have anything to go on. Oh, that's the... I forgot that was the, alright. We're gonna switch to this. What? Oh, quick shot, right, yeah. Oh god. Yeah, in the game the Bruins Sabres game I went to, I almost got to witness what would have been the most incredible fight in the NHL history between 6'9" Zdeno Chara and 6'7" John Scott, or 6'8" John Scott. I think he's 6'8", I don't know. But the refs stepped in and said, no fighting for you. And slapped them both with 10-minute misconduct penalties with like less than 5 minutes to go in regulation. And it was just like, dude, just let them fight. Let them fight! The Montreal Canadiens were one of the few teams I didn't have anything to go on. Like, their mascot's just a guy, Yopi. But yeah. I didn't have a lot to go on, so I went with Victory Bell because they play in the Bell Center. He goes Terra, Psychic. So this should work. Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about the Sabres because they just haven't been good. I will address that eventually. Oh, hi. Yeah, I went to my first hockey game in 1992. It might have been 93, but I was like 2 years old and it should have like traumatized me because it had everything that like 2-year-old me hated. But I decided that it was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Representing the Toronto Maple Leafs, Cubchoo. Specifically, it was once level 67. The Toronto Maple Leafs, their mascot is a polar bear. Cubchoo is a polar bear. I am a Bruins fan, I am not supposed to like them. So, they have won the Stanley Cup. They're one of the original 6 teams founded in 1917, the year the league was founded. They have not won the Stanley Cup since 1967. The last time the Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup, there were only 6 teams in the NHL, so. What was he going with? Oh, Scovelian. Okay, yeah. I should have gone with that. The Cubchoo is fully, like, EV trained, and it is holding an EV light. But yeah, representing the Detroit Red Wings, Tentacruel. I went with Tentacruel because their mascot is an octopus, but there are no octopus Pokemon in Generation 9. So we had to go with the next best thing, which was squid. They are one of the original 6 teams founded in, I think, 1926. They have won the Stanley Cup. I believe the last time they did so was 2008. Yeah. Representing the Florida Panthers, we have Persian. Yeah, I don't have anything nice to say about them because, like, I don't like them. The last 2 Stanley Cup matchups for me were arguably 2 of the most unlikable. But yeah, they are just for me, a deeply unlikable team. I don't think there's a single player on their roster that, I mean, Marchand, but I'm still salty over what Don Sweeney did. Because that was just, you don't do that. Like, I'm sorry. I'll try not to turn this into a, reasons why I dislike Don Sweeney fest, because I could definitely do that. But yeah, the Bruins are the oldest American franchise. We're gonna have to stop Cubchoo from evolving. It's like, look, I'm not supposed to like the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm a Bruins fan. Like, they're just an easy team to make fun of because, like, honestly, how many teams have lost to, like, how many NHL teams have lost an NHL game to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for their franchise? Like, that was also like over 5 years ago at this point, believe it or not. Then there are like 7 game 7s, like, which game 7, it doesn't matter. There have been 7 of them. That's Zorua. That is Dark Psychic. We're just gonna stay the course because I don't have any fairy coverage otherwise. Ooh, that did a lot. That was a fighting type move, right? We're gonna do a little bit of a bait and switch. What is that? That's psychic, right? Yeah, we'll just stay there. I feel like everything has just been like Ceruledge and Ursaluna. Again, like, I feel like I've only really had Ceruledge and Jesus, like, and our last Pokemon is a poison type. I think. No, her last Pokemon is... Look, I just want to get someone else out in here, so... A fun little piece of trivia about the Detroit Red Wings. Their former owner, Mike Ilitch, paid Rosa Parks rent for the last 10 years of her life. Her apartment had been burglarized, I think in 1994, and he quietly paid for her to live in a safer neighborhood of Detroit until she passed away, I believe in 2004. And like, he never showboated it. Very few people actually knew he did it until after his death in 2000, I think. That was fairly recent. Yeah, like, no one really knew that he had done it until, like, after his death. And yeah, it only came to light after his passing in 2017 when his family was going through his affairs. And this was someone who owned multiple sport teams, not just the Detroit Red Wings, but like yeah. Yeah, he owned the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers, and he also owned Little Caesars Pizza. But yeah, it's like... Okay, so I need to take that out with... Alright. We're gonna pivot back into Red Wings here, because I need to hit that with a special move, not a physical one. So if I hit it with a physical move, it's going to set up spike, or toxic spikes. Fine. Oh, come on. Ooh, this might be, not great. You had to miss your first... Okay, that... Hopefully I don't need that later. Oh, I could have gone with Finally. Forgot I had that on the Panthers. Yeah. I have seen the Detroit Red Wings play. I want to say that was November 29th, 2021. The Bruins lost because the goaltender for the Red Wings, which I believe was Karel Vejmelka, played like absolutely out of his mind that game. Oh, come on. Only cowards use moves like that. Sabres are one of the teams I know the owner's name. Just because... Well... If you know an NHL team's owner's name, you're either a fan of the team, the owner is really good in, like, say, in the case of Mike Ilitch, or the owner is not great, like Sabres owner, Terry Pegula. Only cowards use protect. Just saying. That's what Dragon Ghost. Yeah, we'll try it. I have seen the Red Wing. I have seen the Toronto Maple Leafs play as well. That was on April 4th of 2015. It was like the last Bruins home game of the season. The Bruins did win that game. It just... super frustrating game to go to, because, like... yeah. The Bruins had 50 shots on goal, but only 1 goal to show for it, which was really super frustrating. I mean, like I said, it was a win, but like... and it was nice to see a shootout win, but like... it shouldn't have ever even gone to the shootout. Of course. You're Terra normal. Oh wait, she goes flying. Crap. You have fighting type moves. So about the Montreal Canadiens, they are the oldest franchise in the NHL, predating the league by 8 years, since they were founded in 1909. They have won the Stanley Cup more than any other team in the league, but that was really easy to do when there were only like 6 teams and you could hoard all of the really good French Canadian players before they were even old enough to play in the NHL. So yeah, the last time they won the Stanley Cup, it was 1993. And they were the last Canadian franchise to do so. The Panthers have won the Stanley Cup, but I'm not going into that. Because oh boy, I hated that. I hated that matchup the first time. I really hated it the second time. It was just deeply unlikable. Like, you hate to see it. Alrighty, that was the... Yeah. I don't need the money, but like... it's nice to have, because building Pokemon is expensive. Next up, the Metropolitan Division. I forgot who she leads with. Hypno. Okay. Representing the New Jersey Devils, we have Grimmsnarl. The Devils have won the Stanley Cup. I know they won a few with Martin Brodeur as their goalie. I want to say the last one was in the early 2000s. I haven't seen the Devils play in an NHL, like in a regular season NHL game. But I have seen them play in a preseason game. They did a preseason game in the local rink where I live. What a pick that is. But yeah, that was fun. Representing the Carolina Hurricanes, we have Mamoswine. The Hurricanes, their mascot is a pig. And, well, Mamoswine. That should speak for itself. They have won the Stanley Cup. The last time, I think, was in 2006. Yeah, 2006. Their goaltender was Cam Ward. And their current head coach, Ron Brindamore, was actually a player. Or, yeah, Rod Brindamore, not Ron. But, I believe their current head coach was, a player on that 2006 team. God damn it. They have won exactly one Eastern Conference final game in their last 3 appearances there. Like, they almost got, like, swept in 3 straight. I could, but we're not going to. Representing the Philadelphia Flyers, we have Kilowattrel. Philadelphia Flyers were one of the expansion 6 teams founded in 1967. The NHL's 50th year anniversary. They have won the Stanley Cup. They've won at least 4. They had kind of a dynasty going either in the 1970s or 1980s. Their mascot is just perfect. Like, physical embodiment of chaos. Representing the New York Islanders, we have Charizard. The reason being, their mascot is a dragon. It's like a dark blue dragon, so I figured shiny Charizard kind of fits the bill pretty well. The Islanders also had a bit of a dynasty going. Again, I don't know if it was the 1970s or 1980s. I think it was the 1980s. They, like, won 4 straight. She goes poison with this, right? Okay. The Carolina Hurricanes became the Carolina Hurricanes, I think, in 1997. When the Hartford Whalers were relocated from Hartford, Connecticut to Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't think it was the same year the Nordiques were relocated to Denver, but it was either 1995 or 1997. They were, yeah. They were, like I said, they were the Hartford Whalers, who were a WHA team, the New England Whalers, who in the, I think 1978, they played at the Boston Garden with the Boston Bruins and another hockey team, the Boston Bruins AHL affiliate. But, the Hartford Whalers became an NHL team in, I think, 1979 with the, when the WHA folded and the NHL absorbed, like, I think 6 of their teams, the Hartford Whalers being one of them. And they would be relocated in the 90s. 1997, I was right, okay. But yeah, they became an NHL team in 1979 when the World Hockey Association, WHA, folded. And the NHL took 6 of their teams. That is not... Like with the Devils, I have seen the Well, I haven't seen the New York Islanders play in an in a regular season game. I've seen them play in a exhibition game, so preseason game. The Bruins lost, but like, it's fine. It was preseason. I ended up with a migraine in the middle of that game. That was not ideal because then my dad and I had to take the subway back and then drive back to... Ooh. Who's he sending out? Or okay, yeah. Representing the Pittsburgh Penguins, we have Empoleon, and that should speak for itself. It's a penguin. The Pittsburgh Penguins were one of the expansion 6 teams founded in 1967. They have won the Stanley Cup. Multiple times. Their last cup win was 2017. They won in 2016, 2017. They also won in 2009. And then I think they won back-to-back in 91 and 92 with Jaromir Jagr. But yeah, I have seen the Pittsburgh Penguins play on November 24th, 2014. It was a 3-2 shootout overtime loss for Boston. Representing the Columbus Blue Jackets, we have Flygon. Blue Jackets mascot is a bug that kind of looks like Flygon. They're the team that I tend to forget about the most. Them and the St. Louis Blues. I don't know, something about having the word blue in their name that just makes me completely forget about the team. They are one of the 10 teams that has not won the Stanley Cup. They have that absolutely obnoxious cannon. That I don't think anyone but Blue Jackets fans actually like. Oh, that's the poison one, eh? Yeah. Paragraph. The Devils were also a relocation team. I don't know if they were one of the teams from like the WHA era, but before they were the New Jersey Devils, they were the Colorado Rockies, not to be confused with the baseball team. But yeah, they relocated twice. They started off as the Kansas City Scouts in 1974. Then they relocated to Denver, Colorado in 1976, and then they were relocated to New Jersey in 1982, I believe. Yeah, 1982. Their last Stanley Cup win was 2003. Yeah, their last Stanley Cup win was 2003. They've won 3. I know one of the years it's 95. 95, 2000, and 2003. You know, I'm kind of glad I'm not running 3 flying types on this team anymore. So that would have been awful. I have 3 Pokemon that can fight in this one, and 3 that absolutely should not. But yeah, the Blue Jackets are a team I tend to forget about. I don't have any grass coverage, do I? No, I don't. We'll switch to... I think I was an adult before I finally realized that electric type moves can hit rock type Pokemon. And a lot of that stems from like Generation 1, where the rock gym is completely just, yeah. All the Gen 1 rock types are also ground types. Or all the Gen 1, yeah. Maybe not all of them, because you have Kabuto and Omanite, who are groundwater. And then you have... yeah. I don't know, I was an adult when I finally realized that rock was not immune to electric. Yeah, and if you want to know how I know all these dates, like, off the top of my head, I'm sitting beside a poster that has all, like, my Bruins tickets from all the games from most of, like, the games I've been to. So that's how I know all these dates off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about these teams, because they're just... whatever. Oh, you again. Neat. I won't forget that she, Her King Gambit goes to flying type this time. We'll deal with it. I mean, a fun little thing about the New York Islanders is they've been paying a player $1.5 million per year since 2014, and they will continue paying that player $1.5 million until 2029. The player in question is Rick DiPietro, goaltender. They signed him to a 15-year deal and bought him out 8 years into that 15-year deal. And yeah. That was part of the reason why there was a lockout. I think was that that might have been the 2012 one. Where, like, players are being signed to absolutely ridiculous, like, 15-year contracts. And, the league decided, okay, no, you can't do that anymore. In fact, they've actually reduced the number of years teams can sign players to now. Teams can only sign players to... I think 7. I don't think teams can give 8-year contracts anymore. Which is wild. God damn it. I love that everything Gritty is. The Philadelphia Flyers mascot. It was kind of like Gritty, the creation of Gritty was kind of just like a middle finger to the NHL because they were like, you need to have a mascot, and they were like, we don't want to have a mascot, and they're like, the NHL was like, you need to have a mascot, so they created the physical embodiment of chaos that is Gritty. And it's like, I'm surprised they haven't done something similar for the New York Rangers because they're another team that does not have a mascot. And I kind of wonder if that has something to do with the Rangers being an original 6 team. But like, I can imagine that's something the Philadelphia Flyers threw at the NHL. Like, well, the New York Rangers don't have a mascot either. But yeah, I love watching. I follow Gritty on Instagram, and I just love watching his like chaos corner. I love it. It's incredible, and I love it. I was kind of like, what the WTF when they first revealed Gritty, but like, Gritty has definitely grown on me. I find it kind of funny that like former Flyers great Ron Hextall was the general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins for a while. And the Pittsburgh Penguins ended up being terrible. I didn't forget that time. But yeah, that was the whatever division this is. Metropolitan Division. There we go. I myself have never played hockey, but I learned how to skate at a very young age. Alright, so this last team is going to be kind of the last two for the Atlantic Division, the last two of the Metropolitan Division, and then 2 defunct teams. Again, we're doing that just so I have 6 teams of 6. I felt like there were enough defunct teams. I want to say there are about 20 defunct NHL teams, and I just went with a bunch of fairly relevant ones. Because, oh, there are some, I could have gone way back to like the 1920s. The Quebec Bulldogs. The original Ottawa Senators, the original Winnipeg Jets, the New York Americans. Yeah, we'll just go with it. Representing the first of the defunct teams, Dugong, as the California Golden Seals. Yeah. They were one of the Expansion 6 teams founded in 1967. And, they relocated multiple times, they renamed multiple times, and I believe they folded by 1979. Possibly earlier than that, but they folded within 10 years. They folded fairly, like, within 15 years of being founded. They were a incredibly poorly managed team. Their uniforms were pretty dope though, but yeah. Ooh, that's rough. I don't think... Representing the New York Rangers, we have Hydrapal. This was another team I had absolutely nothing for. As I said a little while ago, the New York Rangers are the only NHL team that does not have a mascot. So I just went with the next best thing. They play in New York, and New York is a Big Apple. So, Big Apple. Yeah. They are one of the original 6 teams founded in 1926. They have won the Stanley Cup. The last time they did so was in 1994. Yeah. Representing what the other defunct team on this particular grouping. Dusk Form Lycanroc. Or no, that's Midnight Form Lycanroc as, the Arizona Coyotes. The Arizona Coyotes were the original Winnipeg Jets, before being relocated to Phoenix, Arizona, and being renamed the Phoenix Coyotes. Then they kind of bounced around a lot. Again, a poorly mismanaged team, another terribly mismanaged team. Until finally, like, folding in, I think that was what, 2024? After Gary Bettman was like adamant that no, they're staying, and then finally in May they're like, no. Oh, right, that's... Please only hit. Stop! Yeah, I did that to myself. Okay. Representing the Tampa Bay Lightning, we have Vikavolt. The reason I went with Vikavolt is because the Tampa Bay Lightning, their mascot is a bug. Their name is Thunderbug. And, yeah. Vikavolt is definitely a Thunderbug. I believe they were founded in 1992. Possibly 1993. They have won the Stanley Cup. I believe their first cup win was in 2004? They were the last team to win the Stanley Cup before the salary cap era. They won 2 straight and made it to a 3rd. But let's not talk about that because I'm salty about that too, but whatever. Fun little tidbit with the Tampa Bay Lightning. In, I think, 1993, they became the first team to have a woman suit up as goaltender in an exhibition game. That goaltender was Manon Ryan. I remember reading about her, and her coach wanted her to wear her braid down the back of her jersey so people couldn't tell that she was a woman, and she flat out refused to do that. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Yeah. I have seen the Tampa Bay Lightning play. I have seen the Tampa Bay Lightning play. I think that was on November 29th, 2017. It was a 3-2 Boston win. Probably a game Boston had absolutely no business winning, but Rask, like, stood on his head that whole game. And I think that was the start of that, like, crazy run he went on in the 2017-18 season where he just... something like an 18 game point streak. So the Buffalo Sabres ended it. Boy, I was salty about that. Why is it always the Buffalo Sabres? I obviously have not seen the California Golden Seals play because they folded well before I was born. I have not seen the Rangers play. Remember one time, my friend and I were up in Boston, and we were at Faneuil Hall. Isn't that supposed to be unavoidable in the rain? Isn't thunder supposed to be unavoidable in raining conditions? Okay then. But anyway, there was a guy wearing a signed... I mean, I think the Bruins were playing New York that day, and there was a guy walking around Faneuil Hall with a signed Henrik Lundqvist jersey. And he put it on the freaking floor. I was so angry. Like, why? Like, he took it off to eat, but then he put it on the floor, and it's like, no. Why isn't that, like, hanging up in your house somewhere? Like, in, like, a protective, like, case? Like, no. Anyway, representing the, Washington Capitals, we have Braviary. Their mascot is an eagle, and I specifically went with Braviary because of the, their, like, I don't know if it was the 90s or 2000s, but they had a blue uniform with a screaming eagle on it. They have won the Stanley Cup in 2018. I remember the day of Game 5 in that particular series between Vegas and Washington. My grandfather was like, "Oh, the Vegas, the Stanley Cup could be awarded tonight." And I was just like, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. Vegas has just been too good to go down in 5 games. And, yeah, guess who was wrong about that? I remember that was the day my sister graduated high school. I remember, like, checking my phone, checking Twitter on my phone all throughout her graduation. But I was like, yeah, no, sorry, kid. There's hockey on. I have not seen the Washington Capitals play. I will say, though, the Bruins should not have won the game against the Capitals in the season opener. Absolutely, like, got completely and utterly outplayed, but hey, a win is a win, eh? So it's either the Washington Capitals or the San Jose Sharks had the worst record in their, like, inaugural season. I don't know which. Yeah, it was the Capitals. They had a historically bad the Washington Capitals' first season was historically bad, with a record of 8-67-5. Alright, representing the Ottawa Senators, Pyroar. I went Pyroar for the Ottawa Senators because their mascot is a lion. And yeah, it's a male lion, but I only have a female shiny Pyroar. Even the shiny Litleo I have is female, so I do not have a male shiny Pyroar yet. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we can stay in. Yeah, the Washington Capitals hold the record for the worst inaugural season record, with just 8 wins. Oh, and the Ottawa Senators are one of the 10 teams that have not won the Stanley Cup. The Coyotes and their, like, 3 different teams also never won the Stanley Cup. Neither did the Golden Seals. In fact, I don't even think they ever made the playoffs. I don't even think the California Seals ever even made the playoffs. I get to see the Rangers. I've seen the Rangers affiliate play a lot. In fact, their affiliate used to be based in Providence, Rhode Island, until I think 1979 when they relocated to Hartford. No, couldn't have been then. No, I know they relocated in 1979. I remember my dad telling me that him and my grandfather went to the last Rhode Island Reds game. Because I think Providence wouldn't have a professional hockey team again until 1992, when the Bruins moved their affiliate from Portland, Maine to Providence, Rhode Island. Stop that! Who are we fighting? Hassel! I actually have a fairly good... I actually have a fairly decent team for this. Who are you sending out next? Draculus. I mean, we can try running this with golden seals. I could sweep with Dugong. Yeah, we could sweep with Dugong, but I'm not gonna. Ooh, ouch. That's rough. That's really rough. Who are you sending out? Noivern. I mean, the only thing I know for the Rangers is they have like they have a habit of trading their captain. They traded Ryan Callahan in 2014 for yeah, they traded Ryan Callahan to the Tampa Bay Lightning for Martin St. Louis. They would then trade yeah, they would then trade captain after that, Ryan McDonough, to the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. Then last season they traded Jake Trouba for Urhovakanainen, which, okay, you do you, but really? Oh Dragon, your place is at the pinnacle of glory. I didn't catch the rest of that. I just saw the first part, but... I'm faster. Bulky boy. Give it a little effort. That move is interesting because it makes the opponent's next move unavoidable. And there you have it, the Eastern Conference of the NHL. I will be doing the Western Conference in maybe a day or two. I'll be putting that up. I mean, I'm probably gonna record them back to back, but I'm not gonna upload them the same day. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed me info dumping about NHL hockey for an hour and 22 minutes. So that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, stay safe, and this is Shark signing off.